Welcome to the lecture on job sequencing and replacement theory, module 3. In this module, we will first give you the basic concept of replacement theory, and then we will discuss the replacement problem where the items deteriorate gradually with time. Here we will consider two situations. In the first case, we will consider the situation where maintenance cost increases with time, and in the second situation, we will consider the maintenance cost increases with time as well as the money value changes at a constant rate. Let us first explain why replacement is needed. Replacement is needed because of the following reasons. The old item is in worse condition and it works badly or requires expensive maintenance. The old item has failed due to accident or otherwise and does not work at all, or the old item is expected to fail shortly. Thirdly, a better or more efficient design of machine or equipment has become available in the market. So, due to these primary reasons, we need replacement of items. Now, I would like to discuss about the type of failure. There are mainly two types of failure: gradual failure and sudden failure. Gradual failure. Gradual failure is progressive in nature, that is, as the life of an item increases, its operational efficiency also deteriorates, and this results increased running costs, decrease in its productivity, and decrease in the resale or salvage value. Mechanical items like piston, rings, bearings, etc., and automobile tires fall under this category. Sudden failure. This type of failure occurs in items after some period of desired service rather than deterioration while in service. The period of desired service is not constant, but follows some frequency distribution which may be progressive, retrogressive, or random in nature. Progressive failure. The probability of failure of an item increases with increase in its life. For example, light bulbs and automobile tubes. Retrogressive failure. The probability of failure at the beginning of the life of an item is more, but as time passes, the chances of its failure becomes less. For example, aircraft engine. Random failure. In this type of failure, the probability of failure is associated with items that fail due to random causes, but not related to age. For example, vacuum tubes, electronics goods, etc., which fail at a rate independent of the age. Now, we would like to discuss the primary situations for replacement. There are mainly two situations where replacement can be done. In the first situation, replacement of capital equipment can be done machine tools, buses in transportation organizations, etc., and these equipments becomes worse with time. So, replacement of these equipments or machines tools are needed. And in the second situation, we may think of individual or group replacement of items that fail completely. We will first consider the replacement problem of items that deteriorate with time. Here, first we consider the replacement when maintenance cost increases with time. We will first state and prove the theorem as shown in the slide. Suppose that the cost of maintenance of a machine is given as a function which is increasing in time and the scrap value of the item is constant. Now, if the time is considered as a continuous variable, then the average annual cost will be minimized by replacing the machine when the average cost to date becomes equal to the current maintenance cost. And if time is measured in discrete units, then the average annual cost will be minimized by replacing the machine when the next period's maintenance cost becomes greater than the current average cost. First, we assume that the time t is a continuous variable. Let R t be the maintenance cost at time t and C is the capital cost and S is the scrap value of the item. Since the maintenance cost incurred during n years is integration 0 to n R t dt, therefore, the total cost incurred will be P n equal to integral 0 to n R t dt plus C minus S. Then the average total cost is given by F n is equal to P n by n, which is equal to 1 by n into integration 0 to n R t dt plus C minus S by n. Now, we have to find the time n for which f n is minimum. Therefore, for minimum of f n, differentiating f n with respect to n, we get d f n d n is equal to 1 by n R n plus minus 1 by n square into integral 0 to n R t dt minus C s by n square equal to 0, and which gives R n is equal to 1 by n integral 0 to n R t dt plus C minus S by n, which is again equal to P n by n. And this shows that the maintenance cost at time n, which is R n, is equal to the average cost in time n, which is equal to P n by n. Now, we consider time as a discrete variable. Since the time is considered in discrete units, the cost equation can be written as given in equation 3. By finite differences, f n will be minimum if the following relation is satisfied, that is delta f n minus 1 is less than 0 less than delta f n. Differencing 3 under the summation sign, we get delta f n equal to f n plus 1 minus f n, which is equal to summation t equal to 1 to n plus 1 R t by n plus 1 plus C minus S by n plus 1 minus summation t equal to 1 to n R t by n plus C minus S by n. Simplifying these expressions, we finally get delta f n is equal to R n plus 1 by n plus 1 minus summation t equal to 1 to n R t by n into n plus 1 minus C minus S by n into n plus 1. Since delta Fn is greater than 0 for minimum of Fn, we can get R n plus 1 is greater than summation t equal to 1 to n R t by n plus c minus s by n, which is nothing but R n plus 1 is greater than P n by n. Similarly, from delta F n minus 1 less than 0, we can show that the relation R n less than P n by n holds. So, we can write R n plus 1 is greater than P n by n greater than R n, and this completes the proof of the theorem. Now, we will take an example. The cost of a machine is rupees 6,100 and its scrap value is only rupees 100. The maintenance costs are found from experience as shown in this table. The maintenance cost for 8 years are shown as 100, 250, 400, 600, 900, 1250, 1600 and 2000 respectively. We have to find when the machine should be replaced. The total cost in the first year will be equal to maintenance cost in the first year plus loss in purchase price, that is C minus S. So, the first year's total cost is 100 plus 6,000, which is equal to 6,100. Therefore, the average cost in the first year is rupees 6,100, and total cost up to 2 years equal to maintenance cost up to 2 years plus loss in purchase price, which is equal to rupees 6,350. Hence, the average cost in the first 2 years equal to rupees 3,175. In a similar fashion, the average cost per year during the first 3 years, first 4 years, first 5 years, first 6 years and first 7 years can be obtained as shown in this slide. We now put these results in the table. First column shows the number of years, and then second column shows the maintenance cost for the years, then third column for sigma R n, fourth one for C minus S, fifth one for phi n, and the final one for phi n by n. And this table shows that the maintenance cost in the 7th year is greater than the average cost for 6 years, that is R 7 is greater than P 6 by 6, and this indicates that the machine should be replaced at the end of 6th year. Alternatively, last column of the above table shows that average maintenance cost decreases until the 6th year and then it starts increasing. Therefore, the machine should be replaced before the beginning of 7th year or at the end of 6th year. Let us consider another example. Machine A cost rupees 45,000 and its operating costs are estimated to be rupees 1,000 for the first year, increasing by rupees 10,000 per year in the second and subsequent years. Machine B costs rupees 50,000, but its operating costs are rupees 2,000 for the first year, increasing by rupees 4,000 in the second and subsequent years. If at present we have a machine of type A, the question is, should we replace it by type B machine, and if so, when? We assume that both the machines have no resale value and their future costs are not discounted. In this table, we calculate the average running cost of machine A, and the table shows that the average running cost rupees 26,000 per year for machine A is the lowest in the third year, and this indicates that the machine A should be replaced after every 3 years of service. Now, this table shows the average running cost of machine B, and the average running cost rupees 20,000 per year for machine B is the lowest one in the 5th year. Since the average running cost is less than the lowest running cost rupees 26,000 per year for machine A, therefore, machine A should be replaced by machine B. Now, we have to find the time of replacement of machine A by machine B, and the total cost of machine A in the successive years is shown in the following table. From the table, we see that the machine A should be replaced by machine B when machine A's running cost in a particular year exceeds the lowest average running cost, that is rupees 20,000 per year of machine B. The calculation shows that the running cost rupees 21,000 of machine A in the third year is more than the lowest average cost rupees 20,000 of machine B. Hence, the machine A should be replaced by machine B after 2 years. Until now, we have discussed some preliminaries on replacement theory, such as types of failure, needs of replacement, and so on. We have also discussed the replacement problem for items which deteriorate with time, and we consider the situation when the maintenance cost increases with time. Here, we did not consider the time value of money. In the next discussion, we will consider the case when the maintenance cost increases with time as well as the time value of money changes at a constant rate. Let me first explain what is money value. We all know that money has a value over time. We often speak money is worth 10% per year. This can be explained in the following two alternative ways. In one way, spending rupees 100 today is equivalent to spending rupees 110 in a year's time. Alternatively, if we borrow rupees 100 at the rate of interest 10% per year and spend this amount today, then we have to pay rupees 110 after 1 year. Thus, we conclude that rupees 100 today will be equivalent to rupees 110 after a year from now. Consequently, 1 rupee after a year from now is equivalent to 1 by 1.1 rupee today. Therefore, 1 rupee spent 2 years from now is equivalent to 1.1 whole to the power minus 2 today. Similarly, we can say 1 rupee spent n years from now is equivalent to 1.1 whole to the power minus n today. This quantity 1.1 whole to the power minus n is called the present worth factor or present value of 1 rupee spent n years from now. More generally, if r is the interest rate, then 1 plus r whole to the power minus n is called the present worth factor or present value of 1 rupee spent in n years from now onwards. Discount rate. The present worth factor of unit amount to be spent after 1 year is given by V is equal to 1 plus r whole to the power minus 1, where r is the interest rate and here V is called the discount rate. Let us take an example. The value of money is assumed to be 10% per year, and suppose that machine A is replaced after every 3 years, whereas machine B is replaced after every 6 years. The yearly costs of the machines are given below. We have to determine which machine should be purchased. Here the present worth factor V is equal to 100 by 100 plus 10, which is equal to 10 by 11. Therefore, the total discount cost or present worth of A for 3 years is equal to rupees 1000 plus 200 into 10 by 11 plus 400 into 10 by 11 whole square, which is equal to rupees 1512. Again, the total discount cost of B for 6 years can be obtained as rupees 2765. The average yearly cost of A is equal to rupees 504 and the average yearly cost of B is rupees 461. Although this shows the apparent advantage with B because cost for the machine B is less than machine A, but the comparison is unfair because the periods of consideration are different. Machine A is considered for 3 years, whereas machine B is considered for 6 years, and depending on this duration of years, we calculate the discount cost. Therefore, we need to again calculate the discount cost for machine A for 6 years in order to have a comparison. So, if we consider 6 years period for machine A, then the total discount cost will be rupees 2647, which is rupees 118 less costlier than machine B over the same period. Hence, machine A should be purchased. Now, I am going to state and prove a very important theorem. Suppose that the maintenance cost increases with time and the money value decreases with constant rate. Then the replacement policy will be as follows. Replace the item if the next period's cost is greater than the weighted average of previous costs, and do not replace the item if the next period's cost is less than the weighted average of previous costs. To prove this theorem, suppose that the item is available for use over a series of time periods of equal intervals, say 1 year, and we assume that the purchase cost of the item which is to be replaced is C. Ri is the running cost incurred at the beginning of year I, and R is the rate of interest. V equal to 1 by 1 plus R is the present worth of rupee to be spent a year hence. Then we divide the process into two major steps. In the first step, we find the present worth of total expenditure. Let an item be replaced at the end of every nth year. The year-wise present worth of expenditure on the item in the successive cycles of n years is shown below. We have in this table year 1, 2 up to n, and then n plus 1, n plus 2 up to 2n, and then n plus 1 and so on. The present worth for the first year is C for the capital cost, and then R1 for the running cost, and then for year 2 the running cost is R2, but if we consider the present worth we have to multiply by V. So, the present worth will be R2 into V, and similarly for the nth year we have Rn into V to the power n minus 1. Since the item is replaced after nth years, so in the n plus 1th year we have the cost incurred, the capital cost C and the running cost R1, and if we consider the present worth, then it will be C plus R1 whole into V to the power n. And similarly, we can find the present worth for the cost in n plus 2 year and n plus 3 and so on. Assuming that the item has no resale value at the time of replacement, the present worth of all future costs associated with the policy of replacing the item at the end of every n years will be given by Pn equal to sum of all these costs shown in the table already. Now, if we simplify, then Pn can be obtained as Pn equal to C plus R1 plus R2 V plus dot 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 plus Rn V to the power n minus 1 whole into 1 by 1 minus Vn. Therefore, Pn equal to Fn by 1 minus Vn, where Fn equal to C plus R1 plus dot 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 plus Rn into V to the power n minus 1, and then we have Pn plus 1 equal to Fn plus 1 divided by 1 minus V to the power n plus 1. In step 2, we determine the replacement policy so that Pn is minimum. Since n is measured in discrete units, we shall use the method of finite differences in order to minimize the present worth expenditure Pn. Obviously, for minimum of Pn, we should have delta Pn is greater than 0 is greater than delta Pn minus 1. Now, we calculate for delta Pn. Delta Pn can be obtained as Fn plus 1 into 1 minus V to the power n minus Fn into 1 minus V to the power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus V to the power n plus 1 whole into 1 minus V to the power n, which is of the form numerator by denominator. Now, we first simplify the numerator of delta Pn. In R, the numerator can be simplified as R n plus 1 V to the power n plus V to the power n plus 1 into Fn minus V to the power n whole into Fn plus V to the power n into Rn plus 1. then delta Pn can be obtained as given in equation 8. Simply by setting n minus 1 for n in equation 8, we can get delta Pn minus 1, and then simplifying the right hand side, we can finally get delta Pn minus 1 as given in equation 9. The quantity v to the power n into 1 minus v divided by 1 minus v to the power n plus 1 whole into 1 minus v to the power n in equation 8 is always positive, since mod v is less than 1. Thus, delta Pn has the same sign as the quantity under bracket in equation 8. Similar explanation holds for delta Pn minus 1 in equation 9. So, the condition delta Pn minus 1 less than 0 less than delta Pn gives 1 minus v to the power n by 1 minus b into Rn minus Fn is less than 0 is less than 1 minus v to the power n by 1 minus v into Rn plus 1 minus Fn. And simplifying further, we can get Rn is less than C plus R1 plus R2 V plus dot 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 plus Rn v to the power n minus 1 divided by 1 plus b plus b square plus dot 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 plus v to the power n minus 1, which is less than Rn plus 1. The expression between Rn and Rn plus 1 in equation 10 above is called the weighted average cost of previous n years with weights 1 v v square dot 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 up to v to the power n minus 1 respectively. The value of n satisfying the relation 10 will be the best replacement policy or best replacement age of the item. In this module, we have discussed the replenishment problem for items which deteriorate gradually with time. We have considered two situations. In the first situation, we have assumed the maintenance cost increases with time and there is no effect of money value. In the second situation, we assume that the maintenance cost increases with time as well as the money value changes at a constant rate. We have also taken some example to find the optimum replenishment time. With this remark or with this comment, we conclude this module.